Do 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 do.
All right, let's dive into the mailbag. This one from James Thatcher. Since the U.S. election season is hopefully over by the time you read this, your character is running for office. One sentence campaign slogan, go. Matthew, what is Sakar's campaign slogan?
Sakar Avata Sokichi. Probably better than you.
Okay.
Well, it was either that or it's his world, you just live in it.
Oh, that's what a Worms was going to be. So,
Was it?
Yeah. What about, Rodrigo, what about someone like Queen's rebellious daughter if she were running for office?
If she was running for office, it would probably be something like, the last guy screwed this up. I'll fix it.
All right, good enough.
That's good.
I vote for her. All right, everybody.
You know what Torque's would have been?
What's that?
Can't be much worse than the other guys.
And the E's backwards and the R's at an angle.
And the S's are backwards.
Yeah.
Actually, Torque has very, very good handwriting. It's a purely physical process.
This was done by his assistant.
Oh, Torque doesn't have an assistant?
Well, if he's running for office, I'm sure he has an assistant. All right, there you go, everybody. Podcast at Majorspoilers.com.
This episode of Critical Hit is being brought to you by Harry's. Now listen, I know trying to find the right gift for the person in your life that needs to shave hair off is next to impossible, or may feel impossible, but you don't ever have to feel that way again thanks to Harry's. Harry's has a it's like a holiday starter set that you can get for the person in your life that you care a lot about. Now, I've talked about Harry's before. I love using the Harry's razors. I get a close, comfortable shave, just glides right along. And with this shave gift set, came in the mail a couple of weeks ago. I kind of mentioned it. My wife said, "Ooh, that looks nice." And it's right. The box is nicer than it should be for a gift like this. But inside, you open it up. It's a nice display. It's laid out very nicely. You get your shave cream, your replacement blades. You get the Harry's handle of your cover. Of your choice, and you get a travel cover to go along with it. And if you use the Winston set, which is the chrome handle, you can get it engraved for that personalized touch. Now, if you haven't heard of Harry's before, Harry's was started by two best friends, Jeff and Andy. And they were fed up with being overcharged by razors at stores, so they started their own razor company to give people what they deserve, a great shave at a fair price. And here's where the cool part comes in. This holiday, Harry's has a ready-to-give shave set with all the different price points, starting at just $15. Starting at $15. This is a nice set. And as a special offer to fans of this show, we've partnered with Harry's to give you $5 off your order when you enter the code CRITICALHIT at checkout. That's right. Go to Harry's right now. Get a holiday shave set. Don't forget to enter the code CRITICALHIT at checkout for $5 off that starter set, that $15 set, only $10. What a great gift. Your friends will think you spent millions on them. That's harrys.com, HARRYS.com. Use the code CRITICALHIT for $5 off at checkout. Thanks, Harry's, for sponsoring this episode of Critical Hit.
Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you for downloading, and thank you for listening, and thank you for sharing this episode with a friend and spreading the word. Because honestly, this show can't grow. We can't get more listeners if you're not out there telling people how much you love this show. So get out there, share the good word, spread the good word, even if you have to knock on a door. Excuse me, sir, have you heard the good word about the Critical Hit podcast for Major Spoilers? Oh, but sir, I've got a pamphlet for you, and here's a USB drive full of MP3s for you to listen to. We call them the pods of casting. I'll just leave this right here. See? It's that simple.
I'll body slam you like Pop's Racer over here. What?
Try not to trespass.
Well, especially if it says no trespassing, yes.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Matthew is here, Rodrigo is here, D&D Brian is here, Samantha is here, and
what's his name?
Rob is here.
Bobo is here.
What's going on, Rob? You ready for this?
Sure.
All right, Rodrigo. Sounds like everybody's ready for this.
With such low enthusiasm, then let's get into it.
Yeah.
So Last time.
Uncritical hit.
Uncritical hit.
I win!
I don't think it works that way, Matthew.
What did happen last time on Critical Hit?
Oh.
There was a
The
really
crap
big
kicked out of us
fight.
for a while.
Lots of fighty
Heck of a
fight.
fight, yes.
Guys kept trying to shoot necrotic damage at Sakaar, and it's like coals to Newcastle.
We're doing a whole lot.
Yeah. Did a good job of stun locking Sakaar, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. It happens.
But we won,
Yes.
apparently.
And somebody may have a secret.
So,
Oh, yeah.
but seriously, like, to actually say what happened, just so that that it catches people up.
Okay.
We got separated by a trap going off, and there were some big fights involving the Scale Guard, who are apparently a bunch of Kenku agents of the Salamander Coil, and then some other Salamander Coil agents. And then Techiatl, who's apparently maybe Warlock, maybe something else, showed up with a bound demon. So
Yes.
that was interesting.
And a stick, and a big stick.
Oh, and
Does have a
Queen
big-
Rebelli's daughter is also here. She also
Yes.
showed up to bail us out.
Yeah.
And the other two Divas are nowhere to be seen currently.
They're off
Not
being-
currently, no. They're off
being
doing
divas.
something else.
Yep.
As are all your rats and elves.
Yes. Rat bombs did not go off.
Our collection of rat bombs did. Wait,
Yes.
that means something different in the game.
So, yes.
On Critical
You
Hit.
are in a... Shut up. You are in a... essentially this sort of underground graded room. Essentially, it's a room that's built by having sort of these like graded floors, grated with a T, that you can like kind of see through below, but nothing's really lit that well. As well as the walls, actually. Sakaar and Sparkle as the fight ends, and we'll say a demon just like picks up one of the Kenku, one of the enemy Kenku, and just like eats it. Are actually separated from the group by these this strange wall of moving panels. On the other side, also the Queen Rebelli's daughter is on this side. On the other side, Oram, Ket, and Randus, as well as Techiatl, are kind of finishing up their side of the fight as well.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
think
demon
Sparkle had figured out
that
that
is like
the way to separate the doors was or the wall was using one of the masks of the coil operatives. So if once things are cooled down, she'll pull one of those off to try to get the party back together.
Okay. Yeah, you if you put it on, it does have some like controls that you can operate manually. They seem to be able to not have to do it with their hands, but yeah, the mask itself does allow you to sort of keep the panels from sliding back, so you can make a little doorway.
Sakaar will grab the other mask.
Okay.
There are two dead gun persons, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
There are two intact ones anyway.
Well, two that we can find the head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is the scary demon just hanging around, or is he gone?
Well, it's not hanging around. When he appeared, there was a chain around its neck that just goes straight down into the ground. And it's still like gnashing and trying to get free and, trying to eat the nearest thing.
Ah, okay. Stay clear of that thing.
Are we the nearest thing?
Yeah, but you're outside of its range.
Okay.
All right.
But is it interested in eating us and or the
Oh,
Queen's
yeah.
Rebellion?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll probably, like, Sakaar is just, like, maybe 8 inches closer to him than Sparkle, and he is just diving for you constantly.
Tekiato, are you in control of this thing?
Not properly. I wouldn't say control.
Oh boy. Alright, we need to take a really quick breather so that we can heal up and be ready for what's coming next.
Okay.
Have I gotten word from the elf leader yet?
Yeah, you had heard that they were basically chasing down some other tanks that were in the valley.
Okay, what about Maba'a?
Yeah, you hadn't heard back from her because you said you asked her during combat, and she didn't reply within 6 seconds. But she comes on. She's like, "We're moving into the central building. There's a lot of opposition here. We're trying to clear it."
I would say the central building is the one that we are actually in, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Teach? How bad does it look up there?
Oh, from here, it doesn't look that bad. Most of the troops have moved into the building. Oh, that's bad, though, for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, assuming you relay.
All right. So most of the troops are in the building.
Great.
How far in the building are we again?
Oh, you are...
The foyer.
Yeah, you
Well,
are
Where you-
several
We're like
floors
under
down.
because we fell into a trap, right?
Yeah.
Was it a trap or was it a
anybody-
carefully chosen shortcut?
Anybody who wants can give me a dungeoneering check to try to get your bearings.
I wonder if I'm any good at that.
I think you might be.
It's wisdom based. So at least are decent.
Whoa, that was neat. How'd you do that?
Probably put in the script, right?
A macro, yeah.
Yes. I decided to start trying that for my skill checks.
Woo!
Wow.
Dungeons are not my thing.
There you go. Not mine either, but somewhat better than you.
Just somewhat.
Same bonus, though.
Yes.
Just, yeah, Randus can estimate that you're probably about 4 floors down from the main level.
I think we're about 4 floors down. Should we get behind that wall thing there and maybe try to get some time to patch ourselves up and try to move on? And hopefully if we get company, we can try to use that as a barricade?
Sounds reasonable.
Which way do we need to move on?
Yeah, unless the company's coming from that direction.
True.
Do we even know?
Probably not. I think we should go this way. I assume the demon will stay there.
For another few minutes.
Yeah, let's go maybe the opposite direction.
Yeah, go the opposite direction. Maybe if they hear the demon scrabbling on the other side, they'll check that out first. What is your demon's name?
Oh, I don't know. It's part of an evocation.
So how long have you been summoning demons?
Actually not that long. This is a trick I picked up recently.
From who?
Well, that would be the more relevant question. From my employers. Or rather,
Who do you...
from the secret rituals that my employers have.
Like, the coil?
No. I am what your friends here might refer to as a double agent.
Dun dun dun.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Wow. Wait, so...
Right.
who are
I
you
work
working
for
for?
Capricorn. My code name is Aluche, and I am, by very mechanical means, an avenger of Grumsh. In fact, I
Wow.
actually have a lot of intel on your friends. I was there when their um, when their champion beat Grumsh's trials. I actually fought in the Celestial Crusade along with them, just not anywhere near them.
Well, isn't that interesting?
The champion wasn't the only one at the trials.
That's right. But most of the priests of Grumsh didn't care about the other guys.
So that's
I did,
why
though.
Capricorn was in town trying to steal the rune to get into the archive?
No, that was somebody going over my head. Let's just say we are not as organized as we'd like to. I would like for people to know. Basically, they saw my intel. They decided to move on it. And they didn't necessarily screw over what I was trying to do because I'm just deep in. I'm just supposed to keep feeding them information, but this is a big deal. So they activated me, as it were.
Mhm.
So should I call you Alusha?
Aluche.
Alushe.
If you want, you can keep calling me Tekiatl. Whatever's easiest for you.
And you've been working for Capricorn the entire time I knew you?
Correct.
So you were helping me to undermine the coil to help Capricorn.
Correct.
And what, your plan now is to give Lek over to Capricorn?
Oh, no. We really don't have the infrastructure to duplicate whatever the coil's doing here. We're not the tech guys. So I'm mostly here just to bust it up.
And then what, your cover is are you going to try to go back undercover?
No.
So all you're talking about wanting to help more actively because it was the right thing to do, just that was made up. It was just because you were activated and what we were doing was relevant.
I did want to keep an eye on what was happening, yes. I mean, if you want an apology for lying to you, I'm sorry. I really am. You seem nice. Your friends seem nice. You're doing the right thing. But let's just say that not everybody has the ability to maintain that moral compass at all times. Sometimes, in order to do right by you, you have to do less than good things. And if you're going to do less than good things to bad people, maybe that's not so bad.
Mm.
I just feel like an idiot.
There's no
Well,
reason
don't.
you should.
No, actually, I think you're a fantastic agent.
I just, I had absolutely no idea.
Well, I will just take that as possibly the biggest compliment anybody's ever paid me. How about that? The free enterprise are legendary. And the fact that you've mostly kept to busting up the coil has made things a lot easier for us.
Well, thanks. I haven't been, didn't think of us as legendary.
Oh, well, that's probably because you've been living it. I mean, there is a whole town full of monsters. You're responsible for not being coil machines.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, this is a lot to take in, but thank you. You definitely saved our lives back there.
Yeah, no problem. It's all part of the job.
Well, on the plus side, you're not working for the coil. And the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes.
At least temporarily.
This is even a stranger group than I thought we had.
Never underestimate the capacity for strange. Will you be accompanying us further in?
Yeah, I want to see this through.
So, do you have any further knowledge of the building itself at this point, since you've been through the halls a little bit?
I can only tell you that there's a couple of different places that lead to that trap you all fell down. I think it is meant to be a funnel. After that, I don't know much. I was taken to a room by a few guards. They left a couple of guys there to guard me. I took them out, and then I came out looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
And here I thought I needed to teach you how to use a dagger.
Well, a dagger's not my weapon of choice.
Apparently not.
Hey, it makes for strange instruction to have to pretend to be a priest of Grumsh in order for you to get your powers, but I don't know. It's actually kind of enjoyable at times.
Wait, so
It's very direct.
Get power by pretending to be a priest?
So the way that priesthood works, and this is true for the entirety of all the gods in our vertex, right? The priests don't get anointed directly by gods. They undergo rituals. And more than a decade ago, Capricorn was able to secure the rituals to 4 different faiths, which we just used as part of our military training. So if you'll recall, when priests suddenly disappeared, the company went through a serious slump, but now most of us are back.
Did you just recruit more, or were you able to get them back from wherever they went?
No, it turns out that all of the gods that we had rituals for mostly let their people do whatever they want.
Unless they're in trouble, of course.
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily true. From what I hear, trouble's still going on.
But we did all this.
While this conversation is on, can we patch ourselves enough to spend some healing surges? Okay.
Yep.
Yay.
Great. I will spend 2 healing surges.
I will spend 1. Yeah, we'll spend 1.
I will spend 2. Down to 3 surges left.
I have 9.
Yep. So after a short rest, you get your you can spend healing surges and your encounters return.
Yeah.
Anybody remember if this would have been a milestone? I think it is.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it was because we had the skill challenge and then this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a milestone.
So we get an action point?
Yep, you get an action point. And any magical items that you have that care about milestones, just keep track of that.
All right.
I'm at the point where spending a healing surge for the amount of points that I'm down would be ridiculous. Does that mean I'm just at that hit point until the next combat?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, if you like that happens, sometimes you walk into the next fight with, down 4 hit points because it's not
Yeah.
worth spending a surge on.
Yep,
It's
Yeah,
that's
I'm
where
down
at.
6.
Especially with my surges. My God.
Yeah.
Yep. Going to be down 10 points, spilling 2 healing surges to get there. Who should I?
I have 9.
That'd put me at 8.
You
So
can
one
certainly.
from. Yeah, how many do you got?
Right now, I've got 9, so you can pull 2. Heck, you can probably pull.
Yeah,
I've only got 3
1 or
left,
2.
so
We weren't going to pull from
okay, good.
I think I'll just pull 1 from each of Sakar, Cat, and I,
Okay.
and yep, that should be good to go.
That whole surges per day being based
we
off
did
of
hit
con.
a milestone. So does anyone need a magic item recharged?
Mm.
A daily magic item that they want?
Yeah, I'd take a recharge on my weapon if no one else needs it.
Yeah, I'll spend my milestone ability on that then, if no one else.
That's good. I think her weapon would be more useful than my splody boots.
Yeah, I would say mine's just the crown, which isn't all that helpful.
Sweet, thanks.
All right.
And I was a flaming snake during that combat, so no, not a flaming snake. Summer fire.
Mhm.
I was on fire. I just ran out. Okay, got it. I know what I'm doing.
I used my new vestige.
Yes.
So that is a daily, and I need to remember not to catch fire again. Haha, see? I wrote it down.
Oh,
work.
don't worry. I'm sure you'll catch fire again.
Just not in that particular way.
I should not attempt to intentionally, by that mechanism, catch fire again.
Okay.
There's a couple of ways I can still catch fire.
I'm still here.
That's true. So's Orem.
I am. And today is a fire day, so.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are Orem's elemental pants. I don't even know what that means. All right. We got that. So how long would we be resting for a short resting, or the resting period that we're taking?
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you guys are probably just like straight up leaning against walls and like putting like gauze on wounds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Does anyone
Wait.
have any idea where Lek might be in this complex?
Point up.
Well, I got an idea of where the machine is, says Rebellious Daughter.
Okay, well, where the machine is, maybe that is where Lek is, and maybe that is where we plant explosives.
Oh, we are not going to need explosives. That thing's going to go.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well, then
okay.
let's get to it.
Oh, it's highly unstable.
Oh, yeah. You guys can't hear it?
Can we hear it?
No.
Oh.
Is it going
I don't-
pocket of queen?
I'm going to look at Randus.
Yeah, can we hear anything?
Mm-mm.
You
No.
might be more attuned to the noise of, I don't know, Virtus disruptions.
I guess. My guess is they're probably going to try to create some sort of stable ring structure, but the real problem with that is if they're doing what I think they're doing, then it's just going to pull everything through. Or rather attempt to pull everything through, and it'll be like, like napkin, you know how people put napkins in napkin rings?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right, so you can pull the napkin through, right? So imagine like just a bunch of people living on that napkin, just like
So is this whole plane in danger of doing that, or just this area?
no. This isn't big enough. I wouldn't put it past maybe 2,000 miles of destruction in a radius.
So we still have to shut this thing down.
We had to shut this thing down no matter what.
Yeah.
Indeed, 2,000 miles is still much more than we're willing to worth.
All right. Well, you can hear where this thing is at?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2 questions then. Where are the other 2?
Oh, I lost track of them.
Okay. And can you lead on?
Sure.
And Techiatl, if you know if there are any other traps that we could avoid on the way, please point them out.
I don't, but I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, I'll scout and try to do a better job at finding traps this time.
All right.
Okay. Sam, you can give me a perception check.
Sure thing. 25.
Okay. Well, you don't spot anything, but scouting is difficult because the Queen's Rebellious Daughter isn't really waiting too far or too long for you to scout ahead. Like, basically, you start moving forward, and like if you don't immediately get killed by anything, she just kind of like moves past you.
The impatient sort.
Yep.
She is rebellious,
Oh,
after all.
While we're walking, I'm going to relay as much of the layout of the place as I can to Maba'a. Since, from what I understand, she's backed into the same building.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll try to meet up with you.
All right.
Do
Hold
we
them
know
off
that-
as much as we can.
Do we know the dispensation of our elven comrades?
The last they've reported in, they were dealing with a second contingency of tanks. What's the leader's name again? I can't remember hers ever.
The leader of the elves is Italoli.
Italoli? Okay. I'll ask for another report from Italoli.
We're down to just a couple of tanks, but these were manned, so we're dealing with them.
Okay.
All right. Keep it up. If you get everything taken care of, let us know, and we'll work with you from there.
And if you know,
Acknowledged.
and if you know how to use the tanks, we're going to need a way out of here, I'm pretty sure. So I guess we're following Queen's Rebellious Daughter and Little Sparkle.
yep.
Yep. So you guys travel down some corridors, and upstairs, and then maybe like through a vent. Pop out of the vent, go up some stairs, open some doors, down that way, other corridor. Nothing's tried to kill you yet.
That's good.
And basically now you guys can hear it. There's a very high pitched whine
Can't
coming
be quiet. We're
from
trying to hear. Oh, sorry.
yeah. You guys suddenly find yourself in the Feywild and Cat explodes.
No!
No, it's just
go back.
the Queen's Rebellious Daughter just kind of stops at a wall. Says it should be on the other side of this wall.
Okay.
Okay.
But we should probably make sure. Hey,
Is it a-
here, hand me that assistant of yours, Randis.
Okay. I hand him over.
Okay. She pulls an orb from her backpack, licks it, and like sticks it on the assistant. And she sends him scurrying up to a grate. And then she pulls another orb from her backpack and does a little wave over it, and you guys start to get a picture.
Nice.
That's nifty.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually I have to roll them into a room. This is a lot. This is a lot handier.
Can imagine.
Um, so yep, you start to see this kind of like it's fish-eyed, but you get look at this room, and it's a very large room at the not quite at the center of it. A little off center is this enormous machine. Basically, looks kind of like an hourglass, just sort of like big coils at the top. Then it kind of thins out, not quite to like a single point, like you'd expect an hourglass. A little bit wider of a cylinder comes down, and then more dynamos and coils at the bottom. There is a set of stairs that leads up to basically where the dynamos end, like into like the central kind of glass area of it. And then at the base of the stairs is Lek. If you guys will remember, he has dark skin, long white beard, longer now and probably whiter than you remember. He's got some gauges in his ears, and next to him are a couple of coil operatives, and they're kind of talking to him. And then, sort of so there's the machine kind of in the center of the room, and then as you sort of look out past it, there are just hundreds of coil soldiers, essentially with like shields and what appears to be like little zappy batons, just in concentric circles out of the machine, just like this huge phalanx that's just sitting there trying to protect it. There is another structure which comes out like maybe a good 30 yards from the center of the machine. It's just this it's a pillar with a base on top, and then some machines and some panels at it. If you had to guess, that looks like maybe the control panel for the machine. Yep, that's it. Any questions about anything else while we're looking at it?
Are all the guards on the opposite side from where we're at? Or are they all...
No, all the guard, like the machine's in the center of the room, so the guards are radially around the machine. So there are guards between you and the machine no matter where you come in.
Are there guards between us and Lek no matter where we come in?
Also, yes. Lek is basically in like right next to the machine.
Okay.
And how many total guards are we looking at?
I would say conservatively 300.
Yeah, more than we're going to be able to take out.
Potential entrances?
That grate that the assistant went through. There's also a couple other similar ones, and then there's basically a front door about like so if you, let's say you're on the south side of the room, so on the west side of the room would be just like a straight up door that you can walk in through if you go around.
All right. Techie.
Disguise time?
I'm thinking chaos.
I might be able to help there.
Techie.
Yeah.
Where can you summon that demon again?
Oh, no.
Can you summon a different demon?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, I don't know if you're aware of this, but magic tends to have this weird once a day thing to it.
Only some magic.
I guess so.
I find that the same thing for some reason applies to certain moves that I make, even though they're not magical at all.
It's weird, right? It's like I can
Super
only super full a guard once a day. Anyway, let's get back to it.
I can summon a minion.
What?
A minion.
What's
Like
that?
It's a rock fire.
Small onion.
Oh. Yeah. An actual straight up summon.
Mm-hmm.
That might work.
I said could help. I can also transform all those guys into little dancing mushrooms if we want.
You can't transform all
Nope,
those
you
guys
can't
into
do
little
all
dancing
of them.
mushrooms.
But if I
You can
wanted to, I could.
transform, what, like 9 of them?
if they all clump together.
No, well, it says each enemy in burst 2 within 20 squares. So yeah, probably
So
not.
burst 2, how many would that be? How many squares?
25.
That'd be a 5x5 square.
It's pretty big.
We're all
So, yeah,
talking about
you
the
could turn
mechanics
25
here,
of
but I'm
them.
genuinely horrified that you can turn people into mushrooms.
Dancing mushrooms.
That's far worse.
Not just dancing
Actually,
mushrooms.
I
Like
think the dancing
little-
mushrooms are
little
not
horses.
as bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I can set part of the room on fire.
Okay, so before any planning happens, here's what we need to do. I need to get Lek over to that control panel.
Okay.
Says
Okay.
the Queen's rebellious daughter.
Why?
Because I need to be able to turn this machine down so that it doesn't just rip the continent out.
This continent?
Okay.
This specific continent, yes.
Well,
That's probably a good plan.
we could try using ascending to tell Lek to move.
I don't think they're gonna let him move. Basically, we have to
Get in there.
get in there, but this I need to get him over there because I don't know
Okay.
his paneling, and by the time I figure it all out, this could all go. This machine is going. We actually don't have a lot of time here.
Okay.
Well, do you have any suggestions for how to get to him and get him to the panel with, all those troops around?
I can do it if actually, do you guys still have any potions of invisibility?
I don't have one.
Elixir of invisibility. I have 1 left.
I'll take it. If you guys can. So here's what I think needs to happen. I need to get Lek to that panel. Anybody who doesn't want to die needs to be inside that machine.
Inside the machine?
Yes, because I don't
Okay.
think I can get the machine to stop. So the best I can do is to make about this installation-sized crater. But that's not going to apply to the inside of the machine because then you'd be inside the napkin. Remember my analogy earlier?
Mm-hmm.
So then you'd be okay.
Okay. Well, then we need to tell that to everyone on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if everybody on the outside can get clear of this area, that would be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Maba, how quickly can you clear out of this building?
Fairly quickly, but I'm here.
Ooh.
I can see you guys.
Oh, okay.
Hey. Well, I guess so.
Yep. There's like a little rat off over there on one of those grates.
Okay. How many of you are up here? Your entire group up here?
Mm-hmm. Except for the ones that didn't make it to the building.
I understand. Is there going to be enough space for all of us in there?
There could be. I think definitely if they're all rat size, it should be okay.
Okay.
There are 7 of us, correct?
There's 7 of us right in this space, plus however many rats,
Plus Lek.
plus Lek.
So 8
Wait.
plus rats.
8 plus rats, and wherever the other two devas are.
Hopefully not in here. Well,
Hey, Teach, do you have visuals on the devas?
I do not, but I have seen a couple of explosions elsewhere in the compound, so that would be my assumption.
All right. This place is going to blow here shortly.
Okay. Should I get clear now, or do you need anything else?
Don't think it's going to hit you. You should be safe. Mostly there's going to be a crater about the size of this building.
Oh, good.
Relay that to the elf people too.
I was getting there.
broadcasting all channels.
Yeah, pretty much just broadcast everything.
Yeah. You hear from Edaloli, acknowledged, we're still fighting here.
Okay. We'll let you know about when the explosion should start.
Okay.
All right. So, in relation to the door, where is the panel that you need to get Lek to?
It's, I don't know, 20 soldiers away.
Where do we need to cause the most chaos so you can pull him?
I see. Well, definitely this crate here. Oh, the assistant came back, by the way.
Oh.
This grate here and the front door would probably be optimal. I can come in through the third grate and try to move them to the panel. That might be easiest. In any case, I can just dive for that and move them out of the way, which should allow you guys to just try to make your way into the machine. And then hopefully they'll just not really pay attention to us too much because there will be red monsters and adventurers kicking at them.
All right. You catch that, Maba?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We can take the grate or the front door, whatever you want.
Is the grate large enough for the humans to get through?
Yeah, you guys can all squeeze through one at a time, but it's wide enough that you can essentially basically crawl in. Like all of you can crawl in, and then kind of deploy one at a time by sliding yourselves out onto the ground. Maybe not the most graceful way to jump into a fight.
You can charge through walls, can't you?
Yes.
Okay. You're not using a grate.
There's no reason to, no.
Exactly. How many squares is the grate? Mostly my teleport's only 1 square. Can I teleport past the grate so I don't have to squeeze and be slow about it? So we can have people show up at the same time.
You wouldn't be able to teleport past someone who was in front of you in the grate.
Okay. And I'd have to get into the grate to teleport into the room.
Correct.
Okay.
How densely packed are these soldiers? What do I think the odds are that I could creep up a little bit to get into position from a different direction?
Right now they're very densely packed.
Mm-hmm.
But there is more room in the room. They're not completely taking up the room. They're just in formation right now, so they're shoulder to shoulder. If things start to go down, that'll probably change. And I think that would be what the Queen's Rebellious Daughter is hoping for, that they basically spread out and then she'd be able to slip in.
All right. Randus.
Yes?
Oh, what's your capability in combat now, Techie? Are you
I'm good.
melee or range?
Melee primarily.
Thank you. You, me, Randus, and the rats are going to take the front door. Orem, I want you to summon through the grate and then pop in when you've got a chance.
Summon what?
You said you had a thing you could summon.
Okay, but I need to... It's a range, so I need to be able to see where I can...
We can see through the grate, right?
Yes.
Is there a space on the other side of the grate that's open?
It's a range 10.
Yeah, but I have to summon it into an open space.
Yeah.
So if there's somebody standing there, I can't put it in that space.
You can put it on one of the other squares.
That's why I'm asking
range
if
10.
there's a space. He did say that the room was filled with 300 warriors.
Yep. I also said that there's actually plenty of space.
Okay.
Yeah, I want you to cause as much chaos as possible. You're going to be our lead.
I should go in through the front door then.
No. You're going to summon things, or you're going to cause as much chaos as possible. As soon as your chaos starts going, then we're going to bust through the front door.
Okay.
Sakar, pick a spot. Your call. You know how this works. Sparkle, stick with Ket, or not stick with Ket. Wow, I'm Ket.
No, you're Ket. You doctor, me patient.
Stick with Ket, baby.
Stick with you.
Yeah.
Him nurse, her
Sparkle,
doctor, you
stick
patient.
with Orem. As soon as the chaos ensues, you should be able to do your thing.
Sounds good.
And everybody just kind of work our way towards the machine once Lek and Queens is away. Or once the Queen has Lek away from it.
Are we going in through the grate, or are we coming around through
You
the
two
front
go
door
in
with
through the grate.
Okay.
Sparkle should be able to sneak in, and then you can face step if we
Okay.
need to. Anybody else?
Sounds
Would you like
good.
me to make any noises as a distraction? I could probably do that. Or just do you want Randus to throw any bombs?
Does Randus have any bombs?
I mean, I think he prepared a bunch of them
Well,
for
Randus
this
is the bomb,
occasion,
so-
so.
Aw.
Do you have any more of those walking things?
I got a couple more.
Your Bob bombs?
Yes.
Maybe let's do that stuff as it comes up. I know a couple of you guys don't know me very well, but I don't tend to worry, and I'm worried about this.
Fair enough. All right, let's go then.
Okay. The
Right.
Queen's rebellious daughter downs a potion and disappears.
No, where'd you go? Oh, right.
She left us.
All right.
Can you blame her?
There goes my elixir.
To the door.
Head to the door. All right, Queen, are you in position?
Yep.
All right, we're in position. Maba, you with us?
Yes.
Okay. Orem, whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready. Here we go.
So Orem summons a guy.
My eyes glow a fiery red, and I chant a secret incantation that no one can hear or understand.
Om Shuri Kuri Om.
And as you hear me going, a circle on the other side of the grate near the soldiers starts to ignite or glow red, and you hear this whoa, and these big hands come out. A fiery dreadnought emerges from this hole, and he hears me say, "Clear a path and take out as many soldiers as you can." And it just starts moving forward.
Okay, that happens.
All right, go for mushrooms. Bust down that door.
Okay.
I've got a burst 2 within 20 squares, so whichever direction the dreadnought is moving, go to the the farthest right side, or maybe even the far side on the other side of the machine if I can, and do my mass transformation.
Punch open a door. We all move in.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
Yay.
Is it time?
Yeah, I think Ket said go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. We bust down the door.
Yes.
Okay. You bust down the door.
Sakar goes through a wall.
Okay.
We slither through a grate.
Yeah. Tumble gracefully through a grate.
Actually, you did
Pirouette
pick
through a
like
grate.
you did end up being the two people that can tumble the most gracefully down out of a grate. So
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, I can tumble gracefully. I just choose not to.
Instead, you slam through walls like the Kool-Aid Man.
It's unbecoming of a Lord Baron of the Shores. Thank you, and I'll.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
How dare you, sir?
Did someone
How
say
dare you
Kool-Aid?
imply that I am a vessel full of red liquid base?
You are a vampire.
That's the joke, Samantha.
All right.
I love you guys. You're like the children that I had and didn't like.
You're like the children I put in a bag and threw into the river.
Oh, okay. Yes, run.
All right. So you guys are in. It is, in fact, chaos.
Yay.
So we'll we'll probably move into a skills challenge.
Skill
Okay.
challenge.
Challenge up the skills. Challenge up the skills.
All right. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh yeah, that's the thing I'm supposed to do. The hell is my initiative nowadays? Poop.
The 12.
Stay away from me, Brian. Oh, good. Oh, who has the better?
Oh,
Uh,
Dex.
Is it the dex that you use?
11.
Also 11.
You're the smarter one.
Yep.
Holy crap!
Woo.
Is that supposed to be keep one?
Oh, it was supposed to be keep one,
Okay.
and it added them. So
Okay.
that's 37.
That's
I mean,
because you
still,
failed the
that's funny.
17.
Yeah. Oops.
Did you
You might-
take K1 plus?
Oh, look,
Oops.
my initiative's better. My PDF doesn't want to load either.
So that's a 23 for Cat. Is that what I saw?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's okay. As long as Randus and I are not next to each
Wow.
other.
Wow.
You have a dex that is better than 1, right?
Wait.
Do you have a dex modifier?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you're first.
Well, I got a 29.
I meant to the three of
Oh,
us
okay.
that got a 23. Since 2 of us have a neutral dex.
Okay.
I think my dex modifier is +2. Yeah, +2.
You all enter this room. It is chaos, and madness, and lots and lots of soldiers with shields and kind of like zappy stun batons, like basically radiating out and coming at everybody. So the goal here is basically to take the machine, as it were, like not to steal it, but to, as you know, as in taking a structure.
Physically occupy it.
Yes. Yep. Locking it down, and we will start with Little Sparkle.
All right. Sparkle will try to kind of get as good a positioning as she can from the grate, and then dive out in a way so that she can get to a place that is unoccupied, as opposed to jumping on a soldier's head, and has a relatively clear dash towards where we're trying to get to.
Okay. Using acrobatics.
Correct.
Okay. Go for it.
37.
All right. 37 is a success.
Sweet.
Nice.
Good start.
Hopefully that's not the minimum.
All right. Agent 222, aka Forum.
I'm going to turn a bunch of those guys into dancing mushrooms
Okay.
on the far side using my Arcana.
Sounds good.
28.
That is not going to cut it.
I will use my
Action
point and do it again. Pow. 30.
Better.
It is better, but also still not going to cut it.
Boo.
Rat.
We'll say that only a couple of them get turned into mushrooms.
I want to throw in my wand of accuracy.
Not here,
work that way.
unfortunately. So that will be one step for failure.
Ugh.
Which takes us to Old Snake.
Sakar clashes the hilts of his swords together. The short sword catches fire. And using the attack with the short sword, he's gonna try and light a bunch of guys on fire. Not our guys, them guys. The other guys. Bad guys. Would that be athletics because I'm attacking with a sword? Or would that be something else?
It probably would be athletics, but here's the thing about this. Like, the probably the best way to describe what is happening is to like move you towards that goal.
Mhm.
So setting a bunch of guys on fire,
Chaos.
although helpful, like doesn't necessarily move you forward. So think about like what you are trying to do with Sakar. Like
Okay.
what's he trying to do by setting guys on fire? That might give us a like better direction with the roll.
Given that the weapon is a close blast 3, it
Mhm.
should clear a path, basically. He's wanting to get some of these guys not only on fire, but out of the path directly to the machine.
I see.
So that basically he's opening up some space and trying to run interference.
Okay. I'll call that insight.
That's an insight check?
Yeah, you're basically trying to tactically clear a path.
Oh, God. Do I want to do that? What's my insight? Ooh, wait. That's a wisdom thingama. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. If I use insight, Ket can make me roll again, right?
No. Bluff, diplomacy, or intimidate.
Dagnabbit.
It's because I have insight into what you're doing.
So let's look at this
It's
rationally.
the skill
With
utility for
that
insight.
kind of bonus. All right. I can't use insight. I realize because of, that. But, you know what I could do?
Yes.
I could use perception to see where the best place to create a cone of fire would be. Spit. Are we sure that's not a perception check to see where the fire?
Yeah, I'm calling that insight.
You hurt me. You hurt my very soul. All right.
But well, never mind. I was gonna throw in a couple of like similar things, but they were strictly for ability, like skills that you're probably not great at. So
All right. Well,
maybe back to the drawing board on this move.
But you could still.
What if I were to use my nature to turn invisible and cut a swath through them?
Is turning invisible one of the powers that you have?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a
Would that be nature? I mean, it's one of my things.
It's not because it's one of your vampire powers, though.
My vampires. Well,
Yeah.
so
I'd let you do it with endurance if you have it.
I have endurance, but I'm not trained. Man, endurance wouldn't give me anything, but I'd be better off with insight.
Also, really anything that where you're like, okay, so what is the plan here? To turn invisible and then do what?
Man, if it's endurance, that's not the plan. Because my endurance, I'd be better off with insight. So I'm gonna do the other thing. This I know will work. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you familiar with a book called Kickers Inc.?
I am not.
Okay, it's about these guys who are super powered football players. It's dumb as a bag of rocks, but they have this move that they do where they run at the other side real fast and they like shove them aside using football prowess, which is clearly unassailably an athletics check.
So you're gonna kick them out of the way,
No. I'm going to rush
like
through,
slide
and again,
tackle them.
I'm still doing that thing where I'm trying to clear a path.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to try and shove through them.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to try and just shoulder check my way through so that the others might be able to follow through possibly the opening that I have, and maybe some of the guys who might shoot us with their shooties will get knocked down by other guys or pushed out of the way.
This time he's just less concerned about where the path is going to be as opposed to
Right.
actually just making a path.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yep, we'll
Right.
call that athletics.
Okay.
And roll it.
Is it D20K1?
2d20 K1.
K1.
And don't forget the /R in front.
Righty.
Plus your bonus, of course.
Right.
Plus.
And my bonus is a 73.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. How do you feel about a 36?
36 is a success.
All right. I did not want to do that, but I figure, when in doubt, shoulder check.
All right. So, Sakar starts to basically carves a wedge into these soldier guys.
Yeah, with both swords extended, so it may be literal carving.
Yep. Which takes us to Randus.
Start lobbing any sort of bombs or volatile chemicals or just blasty spells or bolts or everything I can to clear a path from the machine to Lek.
From the machine to Lek?
If possible. Otherwise, or anyone who might need
Has the Queen's Rebellious Daughter even gotten to Lek yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's gone.
Oh, okay. Oh, we don't even...
2, there wouldn't be really need to clear a delay between the machine and Lek because Lek was at the machine.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. To get him in the machine. All right, then.
Lek needs to go to the control panel.
Okay.
With the QRD, which is not on the machine. It's separate.
Oh, well then
the rest of you
panel.
need to get to the machine so that you don't get your, skin on the inside of your body.
I'll clear them a path then.
Okay.
But
the power of maximum property damage.
Yes. Using Arcana?
Yep.
All right. Ooh, wow, nat 20.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's 2 successes. Woo!
It should be.
That's how crits work, right?
Should be.
No, but I'll give you narratively 2 successes. Randus actually manages to clear a path or cause enough chaos that the Queen's Rebellious Daughter manages to make it to the control panel, and you guys get a clear path to the machine. So
Sweet.
all 5 of you can actually just run in.
Excellent.
It is extra loud in here.
Kaboo.
That means it's all going according to plan, right?
Yep. Now it turns less into get to the machine and more into hold the machine, as basically the entirety of the outward force of soldiers turns inward, except for the ones contending with some rats over there.
Excellent.
Which takes us to Cat.
Although now I'm worried about
the rats.
No.
All right. I am going to use Speak with Spirits on this. But yeah, Speak with Spirits. During this turn, I gain a bonus to my next skill check equal to my Wisdom modifier, which will be a +2. Basically, I'm going to summon Shadow for an extra pair of eyes and look through all of our people where Lek is and figure out exactly who I need to command to get to where and what the army is going to try to do against us with insight.
Okay.
44.
That's a success.
Yay. I have the information.
Yep. Ked has good command of this battlefield. That's going to be the top of the round. And it's going to take us to Little Sparkle.
Cool.
And we'll just retroactively say that like anything cool that happens was Ket's idea.
Sounds good. So I'm gonna pull the cork out of my jar of steam and try to create some distractions for these troops that are flanking in around us by just obscuring the area and then moving around it and stabbing people and knocking people over just to make it easier for the smart types to work on stabilizing the machine.
Okay. Using stealth.
Yes, please.
Okay.
So that's a 31.
31's a success.
And I missed that one by one.
Yes, you
Yep.
did.
That
That sucks.
Damn it.
That hurts.
It happens.
Yep. Now there's also a bunch of steam here, and Little Sparkle basically will just like it's kind of like a cartoon fight where it's just like a ball of dust, and like you just see like shanks coming out of it.
Wow.
Arms
Every
and
once in a
legs
while.
and little
Yep.
tattoos. Yeah.
The occasional corpse.
Yep.
Stars and Bluto's hat.
So that takes us to Orem, aka Agent 222, aka Perfect Hair.
Yes. So while I was at the academy and learning this dreadnought spill, I also learned in these tactical books how to take an offensive maneuver and turn around and make it a defensive character. So can I use my history to bring that dreadnought around to protect us from the oncoming army?
Sure.
All right. 27.
So yeah, we'll just say that Orem does get this flash of inspiration to turn that offensive maneuver into a defensive maneuver, and in his excitement and using this spell that he hasn't basically is now field testing, just loses control of the dreadnought. He's like, come around to this way, and doesn't realize that he's kind of like slipped the reins. So it just kind of starts thrashing around and not necessarily hurting things, but also not necessarily helping things. Definitely not doing what Orem wanted it to do.
Okay, great.
And we are one away from failure.
Yay, thank you, everyone.
Which takes us to Old Snake, aka Sakar, aka
That guy.
Perfect Hair if you're into slightly different guys.
Perfect sideburns forever.
Yeah, perfect sideburns.
All right. Sakar and his magnificent Nesmithian sideburns are going to assess the situation in the room. What does the roof look like?
on
The
fire.
roof is mostly what?
I said it's
Steven
on
will
fire.
Oh,
We don't need no water.
yeah, no, we don't. It is not on fire. The roof is basically this machine. Like the coils kind of go up and up and up, and then the top is just a bunch of cables and tubes and wires that feed into the machine.
So not safe to futz with in any way.
Oh, probably not.
Okay. But the dreadnought is still out there.
Yep.
Okay. Seeing that the dreadnought is doing something funky, using his astonishing sideburns and the perception what comes with them, Sakar is going to then launch a sword at it to try and knock it in the head and force it back over to do something akin to what Orem wanted it to do.
May not want to do that because if it's not under my control, it will just attack whatever it wants to.
I'm going to nudge it towards something that it should attack then
Okay.
by chucking my sword at its head.
Okay, and this is perception
Yes.
because you're aiming it. Okay,
Because
yeah,
I'm
sure.
aiming it.
Yep, that's good.
Actually going to launch the sword so it ricochets, bounces off the thing, comes back, and flawlessly into my hand.
Okay.
That's what's going to happen. No, seriously. No, seriously, it is. 35.
35 is a success.
That is exactly what happens. Sword launches across the room.
Yeah, it is. It just hits it, and it turns around, and it's like not happy about it. So, but it comes at him at an angle, so it's not coming straight at you guys. It's actually heading for a largely unscathed pocket of soldiers that are trying to climb up onto the machine from a different side, and it just like crashes into them.
Sword right back in the hand. Whoosh.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. That takes us to Rendas, aka Mr. Nothing, aka Perfect Bedhead.
Okay. So as we're fighting these guys off, just going to basically armbar a group of soldiers really trying to push their way in and just struggle to push against and try to hold them off until we can go.
Question.
Yep.
Can we use aid another during any of these?
I might let you.
If
it makes sense,
me.
you can basically use your turn to aid the next person that comes around.
I can get 2 successes with a single roll, and I have 2 rolls on that die.
I like it.
Well, would I be able to use endurance to do what I was doing?
Yeah, I'd let you use endurance.
Yeah. Well, then I could activate my belt in endurance and get an automatic.
An automatic success. Yeah, okay. Go with the automatic success.
Oh, yeah, go with that.
Okay.
How do we get one of those?
Yeah.
Can I have some of those? I want one of those.
Belt of endurance. So that gives me a 20 on the rolls for a total of 40.
Okay, that's a success.
Woo!
All right.
Yep, Randa's blocks the shit out of that choke.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm going to be using diplomacy. I'm going to
Encourage us all up the stairs and into the machine.
Oh, you're all in the machine.
Oh,
Yeah, we're all in this. Are
Gonna-
all of us in the machine?
Uh,
Because I'm
the
assuming
5 of you are in the machine.
Okay, so yeah, my diplomacy is going to be guiding everybody else in. Essentially, I'm going to activate both Beguiling Tongue and my Star Ruby Ring. Beguiling Tongue gives me a +5 on my diplomacy check, and the Star Ruby Ring gives me use this power making a charisma-based skill check during a skill challenge. You can roll twice and take the better result. And basically, the first thing I'm going to do is check for. After the insight I used last time, I know where most everybody is, except for potentially Queen's Rebellious Daughter, who I'm assuming is still invisible.
No, you can see her. Her invisibility like dropped off at some point, probably when she actually grabbed Lek, but she had enough momentum to just carry them to the control panel. So you can see her and Lek at the control panel.
Okay, guide the rats into here. Grab, tell Techie to dodge and get in here, and let her know that we are all ready to go, just waiting on her to get in here.
Okay. All right, roll it.
Oh, there you
42.
go. Nice.
All right.
And that's 2 successes
Fantastic.
for extra victory.
Oh, no, that brings us
Extra
back around the other
victory.
side to failure.
Oh, no, we started back at the beginning.
We're doing too well.
Damn it, Cat, why?
You wake up
Actually,
in the
there
Feywild.
are,
God
if you
damn
look at my skill challenge thing that I did 1,000 years ago, there are 2 squares in the victory area just because I wanted it to be bigger. So you actually, for the first time, actually make it into that second victory square.
And every time you put that up, I'm always like, man, are we supposed to make it into the first yellow, or are we actually supposed to make it into the second yellow?
What really has happened is this is the first time we've ever actually reached victory.
Yep.
Mhm.
6 years of this show.
Usually you guys just do good enough.
Well, we're kind of a C minus. Can you start my orange kind of people in a lot of ways? It's fine.
Yep. Okay. So here's what this looks like. Cat starts giving orders. He's like, take Yoro, and then like looks over. He's gone. Maba, and then he realizes that they're really not gonna make it. Like they're not gonna get into the machine in time. So he just like scatters them. Just like because now everything has concentrated in. Like there's no way that all of them are gonna be able to get in. So he sends them out. And then, but there would be a way for the Queen's Rebellious Daughter to make it in, because you guys have basically made this little path. And essentially, as the machine starts to light up in like a really brilliant and overwhelming way, as Ket calls the Queen's Rebellious Daughter over to them. They've kind of been like hunched down, like messing with the control panel. And Lek stands up. And he looks over at Ket and he waves. And the Queen's Rebellious Daughter also stands up and she puts a hand on Lek's shoulder. And then the light gets really, really, really bright, and the noise gets extremely loud.
Oh my god.
Well, why don't we leave it there? Find out what happens next time on Critical Hit. Thank you all for listening and being part of this show. If you want to see it continue or hope that it continues, patreon.com/major spoilers is where you want to point your browser. Just go over there, check it out, see what we have to offer and what we can do for you. Till next time, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2016 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.
This podcast is part of the Frog Pants Studios Network. For more information about this and other shows, visit frogpants.com. Audio program so good, it's like you're there.